Welcome to episode 69 of the Hoop Threads podcast, here with another prospect spotlight with Akbar Waheed of Georgetown Prep High School. Akbar, how's it going, man?
Everything's going well. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir, man. Was glad to have you participate in the first Suzanne Classics, and so we got to know each other a little bit through there. But let's get right into it. So, when did you know that you loved the game of basketball?
That's kind of crazy. It kind of dated like a little while back because I kind of gained my interest from my dad. He was a coach at Niagara at the time when I was born, so I picked it up when he was coaching there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I gained it like a lot, like a deeper love for the game when he went to Boston College because I was more mature. I knew what was going on, and I think I just picked it up then. So
Got you. Tell us about your first dunk.
my first dunk. Are you talking about in game or just my first dunk in general?
In game.
First dunk in game. That was crazy. My teammates were hyping me out. It was like a calm one hand dunk. It wasn't nothing too serious, but
It was in the summer league or in a game, or what grade was it?
I think my first one was 8th grade. I want to say 8th. Yeah, I want to say 8th grade.
Cool. Okay. So you were just talking about your dad a second ago. Your father's a former college player, college coach, and current NBA scout. What parts of your game does he give you the most feedback on?
He wants me to be the most all-around player that I can be. He really gets me to focus on dribble, pass, and shoot, be able to perfect all three of those, and then taking a priority on the defensive side too. So it's all around.
Okay. Talk about his impact on your development as far as, that feedback, as far as workouts, how maybe you modeled your game after him. Kind of talk about how he's impacted your game.
Nah, all the advice and stuff that he gives me, it means the world, because him spreading his knowledge towards me is it's helping me out for the long run, trying to get to what I'm achieving or what I want to achieve in my future. So I'm forever grateful for what he's done for me and what he's provided for me as well.
Got you. Okay. What individual or team accomplishments are you gunning for this year? What's kind of on your radar?
For this year, first coming up with a high school season, our goal this year is to go undefeated and prove a lot of people wrong this year, because I feel like we have a very, very great team.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like people aren't taking notice to it, so it's kind of up to us to shock them. I really want. I'm hoping. Actually, our whole team is hoping for us to win the whole ISC championship. That's a huge priority for us this up and coming season. And then AAU wise, I want to win Peach Jam. That'd be great. We got a great team. We have a great team. Great coach, Coach Wayne. So yeah, I'm that's my accomplishments.
Y'all got a mob over there with Team Durant with my guy Jalen, and then Cam Ward, obviously, as well as some other dudes. So talk about what you've been working on the most, this past summer, this off season. What have you added to your game? What can we expect to see from you this year that we haven't seen from you before?
Definitely becoming a point guard. I've focused on my ball handling a lot and passing this summer. Just my overall IQ of the game, my feel is getting a whole lot better. So that's what I've been working on. My finishing ability too. So that's what, finishing above the rim, getting a couple of dunks in there. Just being very physical and jumping with a meaning, a purpose.
Okay. Talk about your role, both with your AAU team as well as at Georgetown Prep. How do you plan to grow it over the next couple of years?
My role at Georgetown Prep, I'm trying to be this year we lost a lot of people. We lost 5 seniors last year, and then a sophomore that really helped us out a lot. Mm-hmm. So this year I'm gonna have to be a bigger leader and a more vocal guy for our team. Help guys out when they're struggling, and just be a voice to help them out. And then for AAU, the same thing goes.
Okay. Talk about a time that you really faced adversity, and how did you deal with it? What were some tools that you used to navigate it?
So my first The first time I think I seen adversity, really, it was during my sixth grade. I would say like my first year really playing AAU. It was sixth grade. I wasn't that good. It was like I really like that time. I didn't play that much. I didn't play a lot, and it made me like take a step back and look like, do I really want to do this? And I focused that summer and got a lot better, and that's what like that was a changing moment in my life.
Okay. What's one thing that you do that you think makes you stand out versus the competition, the same guys at your position at other schools?
Definitely my versatility, especially my shooting, be able to shoot over little guards, and then as well being able to match up with like bigger guys as well,
Okay.
and yeah, being able to defend all five positions. I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't realize that I can do. So
Okay. How do you, this is kind of projecting forward quite a bit because you're a sophomore, so you have 3 more years at the high school level. But what do you, by the time you're a senior, kind of going into, not a senior, by the time that you've graduated and you're going on to a college program, how do you think that you're contributing to win at the college level?
definitely just giving my all, being a leader for my team, for whatever team I go to or whatever school, just being a leader, knocking down shots and making a bunch of plays for my teammates as well as myself, and just being an all around player.
Okay. So talking about colleges, what type of environment do you think that you're looking for as far as city versus rural versus suburban? And also, your role, would you rather be, a big fish in a small pond, or would you rather be, one of, the top couple guys, at a high level program?
I definitely want to be one of the top guys at a high level program.
Mm.
I visited a couple schools this summer, but and it was a variety between like being in the city and being in the suburbans. I definitely liked a lot more of a um more isolated campus type of feel. The city was cool, but it was just hard to navigate a little bit. So
Okay, got you.
yeah.
What is your gym schedule? Kind of talk about that. Who sets it up? What are you doing in the workouts? Kind of talk about that.
We start off a lot with form shooting. Making sure my shots right for the workout. That's usually a thing that I do every day, even outside and in my backyard because we have hoop back there.
Mhm.
So that's something that I start off with, and then we do different types of finishes, getting towards the rim, and then making use of all your dribbles, like doing a lot of ball handling and stuff like that. So.
Okay. What are some of your interests and hobbies off the court? What do you do on the weekends, for fun when you're not hooping?
I'm really always around my family and friends. My core guys. That's really who I'm always around. And then I'm very artistic, so I like to do like little paintings and drawings and
Hmm,
stuff like that.
very cool. Okay. What are some things that you really value? Trust, respect, kind of what are some things that are really important to you?
Since I was growing up, my mom and dad really like installed in all three of my or all two of my siblings that God comes first no matter what, and uh and then family, and then school, and then sports. So you got to prioritize. Make sure you have your priorities straight.
Mhm. Okay. What are your grades like? What are you interested in studying at the college level potentially? And what are your plans outside of basketball?
My grades are great right now. I have all A's and B's.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good in school. I usually do pretty good in school as well. And outside of school, when I grow up, I want to be an NBA player.
Mhm.
So that's my main goal. And I really haven't thought too far back or too far on what I want to study at college. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you got some time to figure that out for sure. Um, Talk about the difference in role, between Team Durant or Georgetown Prep. Maybe it's similar, but kind of what do you think that your roles look like in the two different teams?
My roles are actually very similar, but for Durant, I'm a huge guard for that team. One of the point guards and shooting guards. So I'm mainly dribbling the ball up the court, finding my teammates, and then scoring for myself as well, making plays for others and myself. And then for prep, it's the same thing. Just being an all-around player for prep and Durant, really.
Okay. What has the recruiting activity been like recently? What visits, kind of what new teams have been getting involved with you?
Uh, the visits I went on over the summer, I went to Boston College. That was one of my first ones. Then I went to Boston University, and then more recently, I went to Villanova for their hoops mania when they had
Hmm.
me and really out that I'm trying to get back up there. The coaches at Villanova has been very active. Those are probably the main guys that have been talking to me, as
Okay.
long as like guys at Syracuse and UConn. But
Yeah, I think you went up to Syracuse's elite camp too, right, in
yeah,
September. Gotcha.
yeah,
How was that?
that was great. The coaches there were amazing. They're coming back up to the DMV area to come see me play, I think, in a little bit. But the coaches there are they're very great and just amazing people.
Awesome. Okay. So last question before we kind of get into this film here, talk about your game, talk about some strengths and some weaknesses that you have that you're trying to work on.
Really, when you get a player like me or a player that is me, you're getting an all-around player. You're getting someone who's gonna give it his all, who wants to win no matter what, and give it everything he's got, really. And I'm gonna take priority on defense. I'm gonna make shots regardless of who's guarding me or anything like that. There's no fear really when it comes to me playing the game of basketball. So that's what you're getting when you get a player like me.
Okay, got you. So let's get to some film here. Share my screen. All right. You see the screen?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Okay. If only I can make it go full screen. So I paused it for a second. I'm trying to figure out how to make this shit go full screen. The fuck? Are you serious right now? All right. What the That's so weird. I don't know why it's not letting me go full screen. I'm not really trying to look at the rest of my screen here. It's not letting me get it bigger though.
It doesn't have a thingy on there like that says full screen or not.
View. There we go. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. View. I just saw it. There we go. All right, perfect. All right, you all set?
It's still like in the middle for me. Like it's not full screen.
You can't see it?
I can see it. It's just not in the middle. Like it's not all the way like the whole screen, but it's just in the middle.
There
But
we go.
yeah,
Okay,
I got it.
perfect. All right, let's get to it.
22. Waheed.
First thing we see here is just your shooting ability.
Akbar Waheed tries to from
Range.
6 minutes left. Waheed
Defense
long
doesn't really bother you.
relentless defense. And Akbar
Really like this pull up here.
Waheed pulls out.
They're really letting you shoot there, man. So this one, I really love this off ball cut. It ends up being a turnover because you stepped out on the way there. But I really do think that the relocation that you're able to get makes you a lot more dangerous as an offensive player and as a shooter. So I really did like the activity. Like the activity there, the baseline cut. So on this one, so my only thing on this one, so the double team comes from the top. You don't really have a teammate on the top side to help you here. So my thing would be either to cut to space. So either cut back door here or kind of lift to the top where you see this ref at the top, kind of on the wing there. I think that just to present a passing option. So either passing option at the top to kind of escape it and just kind of move the ball and start something over new, or cutting back door and getting that layup.
That's a big success.
It worked out okay though. Right here, like I know it's a part of your offense to after you set that screen. But like right here, if you cut back door, like that's wide open. Like, and that's kind of like what he's doing. I cut off the video in the wrong spot, but just anytime you see that wide open baseline, that's really just an opportunity for you to get open, get some easy looks. It's a good driving dish here. I included ones that resulted in misses, even if they were just because they were the right read. This one leads to a really big dunk to seal the game for you guys. And a really good wraparound pass here. This is the type of stuff, kick to the corner, great pass, that I think college coaches are going to start to see that you're able to do. Cross court pass there was awesome. This is a really good pass. I'd be so pissed at him for not shooting that one. It was a great time. Right down this one. So I think when you take off strong from 2 feet in the right spot, you're able to take advantage of the baby bunnies that you have, as well as the length and kind of finishing in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the good ones here. Really nice left-handed finish there. I like that a lot. Like that one too. So my thing with this one is that you want to take advantage of your height. You're 6'5", 6'6" guard. If you take that one step closer and you're in the paint when you take off, if you miss this shot, like it's an easy rebound and you're right there. Kind of same thing on this one. Like this one, the takeoff point was better, but when you got the contact, you didn't go through the contact and into him and over the top. You bounced off of him. And it's just situations like this where you're making yourself smaller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're a big guard. Let's take advantage of that length. Let's take advantage of that height and that wingspan. This one as well, you just kind of took off too far and kind of in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
That one too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
And right here, it was less the takeoff point and more the angle. So when you're coming off here, like I would either straight line drive at the right side of the basket,
Mm-hmm.
or kind of just catch it face up and then reverse pivot and kind of attack the middle here. Just the way that you took it to the basket, it was just a weird angle. And if that ref doesn't make that call, you're kind of just in a rough place, which he didn't make the call here, as you'll see, just kind of fading away. And again, I think you're an underrated athlete. That like you really got up for that rebound here. I was so pissed. This block was great. I was so pissed at this foul call. They called a loose ball foul on you. I was really upset about that. That was a great play. And then you got to that block there. So, really, really enjoy a lot of the stuff that you do on the court. And again, I think it's kind of crazy that you're unranked right now, especially when you take into account the interest from the programs, the high caliber programs that you are hearing from. And I think that this is just an opportunity in disguise with, Kenai Roos leaving. It's just an opportunity for you to be on the ball more, for you to show what you can do more as a playmaker. And then to also just show that, on top of all the other versatility that you bring, that, I could still shoot the ball at a high level, you know what I mean? And at the very least, you're going to get that high level shooting, from a big guard, as well as, some of the defensive stuff as well. So really appreciate the time, man, and looking forward to watching you play this season.
Nah, thank you for having me. Really.
Awesome. All right. Take care, man. We'll keep in touch.
You too. Thank you.